This is my pose. That's all you're getting. That's all you're getting.
Yeah, strike a pose. At least you know I'm recording. Welcome,
Oh
viewer.
shit.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Welcome, Stuart. Welcome, Vicky. Thanks for coming. Thanks, Ian. But Terry came too. Sorry.
Yeah.
Don't even go there.
Oh dear.
Okay. So, if anyone has read the blurb of what this one is, why don't you personally, don't take this personally, but speaking personally, I don't know where it came from, but personally speaking, I think Terry made a mistake when he personally wrote what he personally wrote. It was a personal message
To everybody.
to everybody personally. Why don't you take this personally? 1, 2, 3, Ian, go.
No, not me. Well, I think it's like a scientific film.
So what? Scientific what?
A sci-fi film where
Uh-oh.
people don't know if they're in reality or in this matrix of make-believe. Anybody get it yet?
I'm going to revoke your Netflix.
Don't worry, Ian. Educated people have got it.
It's all
Well,
perfect.
it's the old G G
No,
G D E D.
no,
Leave
it
leave
isn't,
it.
Ian. It isn't.
All right.
In the middle.
In the
Remember pig
middle.
in the
All
middle.
right. Okay. In the middle. It's not the middle.
This is not the middle. This is the
Oh,
beginning.
all right. Why don't we make it personally? Well, instead of teaching stuff, teach people.
Okay. Okay, will do. Gotcha. Thanks. Right.
There you go. Can I go back to sleep
Everybody.
then?
Thanks, Stuart. Thanks, Vicky. Thanks, Terry. Thanks, Ian. See you next time. It's the 29th of September.
Okay. Should I go now?
29th of September, 6 p.m. Terry, do you want to ruin it as well?
I don't know how to follow that, to be honest. Yeah, don't take it personally, people. It's very. I know. I know where Ian's coming from now. It's very hard to talk about it without talking about it.
It is.
Yeah,
But this was
and
your
people.
idea.
I evidence of that was where exactly. Yeah,
So it's
I
like
think the
Bruno
person.
then.
Huh?
Is it Bruno we don't talk about? What's that film?
What club?
Enchanted. Where there's a song on. We don't talk about. Anyhow, enough of my meanderings into
You've been
insanity.
drinking.
No, maybe that's it.
It's very hard to talk about.
Bruno! We
The
don't talk about Bruno.
All right. Let's talk
He's on
about
drugs. Seriously.
what is it like when
Brooks, it's Brooks.
but you had it, Ian. What is it like when we as a profession don't take it personally? Don't do that client-centered thing. What is it like with the opposite?
Oh, it's a dark, dark, dark place with very little humor, very little light at the end of the tunnel. And then you realize it's an express train coming to push you off the lines mentally and physically. Well, that's what it felt like to me anyway.
Okay. Next time, do have a drink before you go, if that's what you need. But if we don't, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about either. It's
like a drunk Buddha.
Oh, well, that makes three of us.
another one of those. Another one of those. Right, Terry.
Yes.
You're
You're
not going to
asking me to bring some
defend,
sense to the situation. Jesus.
I know we're off duty. We are off duty. Terry,
Yes.
in the olden days,
Yes.
when you invented driving instruction,
Yes.
or was it Ian first? I can't remember. It was Ian first, wasn't it?
We're leaving Ian alone for a minute. Then let
Yes.
the alcohol like kick off.
Just go and get one. Just go and get one because it will help
I
sedate
can't
you.
do that. This is my sobriety day. Can you not?
Who remembers when people didn't take it personally? Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I once had a conversation with someone who said, I know on hour 12, Fiona, what my person will be doing.
yeah. And you had like a set syllabus, didn't you? It was like lesson 1 is this, lesson 2 is this, lesson 3 is this. Ah, fuck off, will you?
I'm glad I forgot the disclaimer. It's a running disclaimer. I wonder if I have to tell YouTube.
I'm not running. Have you seen me? I'm built for comfort, not for speed. Anything that runs feeds me nose.
I think
Eesh.
you and I are built for rolling. We're
Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep those wagons rolling, roll high.
Yes, he's taking drugs. Yes, taking drugs. I know he has. Look at him.
I know. Maybe he's got migraine medication or something. I don't know. Maybe he's mixed it.
I don't know. It's just everything you say reminds me of song titles today. I can't help myself.
Rawhide.
Anyway,
Where's my tin tray?
yeah, the bad old days. Yeah, I remember them days. I remember them days.
And I
I
felt
remember.
really bad that
Cool.
I didn't have one. I
What?
never had
Tin
one.
hat,
A syllabus.
didn't you?
Not well, not an no, not that strict.
What,
This,
when
that.
you were learning or when you were like started teaching?
No, when I started teaching, I
Right.
used to feel I felt like I was letting everybody down. I knew what we needed to cover. It's not like I didn't have it in my head and in concrete somewhere. I don't mean I was just like, oh well, we'll find out when you fail what it is. I don't mean that. I just meant I didn't have that regimented thing because it just didn't seem to be the right thing to do to me.
No, but that's how we're trained to do it, though.
Yeah, I know.
And people are still being trained to do it this way.
Are they?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, Vicky? Still.
I've got PDI friends who I say, I bet I know what you're going to be trained on the next session, because they've just done their moving off and stopping training, and then they've done their left turns, and then they've done their right turns. So I'm like, right, you're going up to session 4. You're probably going to do mind mapping next, because that's what my trainer did with me. And it was like, right, okay. You know exactly what they're coming to next, and you know exactly what they're being told in terms of reference points for turning.
Oh,
And yeah, all of that doesn't work, in my opinion.
well, I think we agree on that. So it's not very personal then, which is where we're going with this.
And it didn't work for me at all. But I didn't know it wasn't working. So I didn't know to ask for it to be different.
No,
So
I wouldn't have had the courage. I don't
No.
know how I've turned into this person that can cope with Ian and Terry.
Drugs. Drugs are shipping. That's alcohol, isn't it? Schweppes? No, that's water.
No, that's the tonic that you wouldn't dream of having.
Tonic.
You wouldn't dream of abusing your alcohol with mixers.
Good God, no. Good God,
Okay.
no.
Should we? Oh, what do you do next? Sorry, go on. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, have you got something interesting to say, or are you going to talk
No,
about?
I just said, when are you planning for the big reveal?
Well, I was just thinking that, where we don't take it personally and how that messes up with people. That really messes up with people. You did a workshop last Thursday, Terry. I
Yeah.
thought you did. Last Thursday? Didn't you do it last Thursday?
I did. Yes, I did.
So, I mean, I don't tell everybody everything in it, but part of that is, well, see, yeah, part of that is the fact that we need to take it more personally, isn't it? Because
Absolutely. Yeah. It's how we add to their nerves on test day. PDIs and learners
So
would only realise it.
we're halfway through anyway, so we may as well do the big reveal.
I think so. Go, if you're going to do it, Taylor. Taylor, do it. Taylor, do it. Come on.
I'll do it. I just wanted Stuart to turn and look at me just once.
If he
Let's
turns
have a look
round,
at
if he turns towards you, it might just be a white square. Not that I'm saying Stu's two-dimensional or anything, you know.
Right. Dum drum roll.
Oh, he's on there. Look at
That's
that.
better.
Oh, my God.
Is that a nose or a guitar hung on the wall?
That was brilliant. That was really funny. I would have loved you to be wearing the same stuff. So the oh, I've even put them on here. Right.
Did you notice the all the what do clever people do? They
Well,
have
they have books. They have
culture. That's it. Did you notice all the culture in that screen? You know, the guitar on the wall, the Greek philosophy on the shelf, the Roman Empire books. No, he's so cultured, this Stewie, isn't he?
Yes.
Hmm.
Right.
I'll comment more when I've looked up culture.
It's what they grow in labs.
I used to work in a lab.
Did you?
Yeah.
I've worked in the
Not an
side.
alcohol lab, though. They're not talking about alcohol labs, Ian.
It was an alcohol. It was a lab in a brewery.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my
I
word.
figured. I
Yeah.
put two and two together there.
I've worked in a cytology lab doing putting the slides on for people's smear tests. That was interesting. Very interesting, but I'm probably making Terry go "Ugh," in a minute. Anyway,
Yeah. Stop talking about that. Big reveal. Big reveal. Go, go, go.
you want me to reveal the slides? Right. Has anyone worked out what we're doing? I'm asking you, viewer, that can't answer. The last 3 sessions have been all gearing up to this final one, but we've been layering something up. Reasons we've been layering it up is because it's a framework and it's, do you want to do it? Do you want to do it? After 3, because Ian's already given it away anyway.
I'll be quiet then. I'll sit with my fingers on my lips.
You don't want to do it. So, but the reason we're talking about taking it personally is because that's the highest level of the GGE. It's all about the person, their values, their culture, risk increasing factors, all of those things, and their motives for learning to drive. And I think all of these things are really relevant to what we do. However, sometimes I think we miss the point of it. And it's out, people say to me it's outdated and blah, blah, blah. But it isn't. The wording in it and however you look at it might be, but it's vital. It's vital that we think about all these things and how they come together to form a person with a life, with stresses, problems, and all the rest of it going on sitting in the seat next to us. And if we don't help them address those things, then they're going to have troubles later. Data. To support this, 1 in 5 new drivers is involved in a serious crash in the first 6 months of driving, and we need to help that. We need to help those statistics. There's also the data that, you know, I know we've got the new Driver Act. Why did that come in? Because of the data, and they're trying to help people, but they're doing it by putting pressure on people. Don't do this and don't do that. It doesn't really help them. And who is the only person that can really help a person think about themselves as a person? I'm on my high horse. Has anyone noticed? Sorry, I shall step off. Look. I shall just be here for a while. Is anyone lip reading?
It's a really small horse for you, if that's how far down you went.
Yeah, but it's a horse relates to the person size. It's a very short Shire horse. So, anyway,
Very short Shire horse. Huh?
Yeah. But we really need to address that stuff, because what happens is that people go out on their own And if they're not helped in thinking about the bigger picture of themselves as a person, they're probably going to get into troubles. You know, I hear lots of people talking about, oh, I thought I signed up to be a driving instructor. I seem to be doing all sorts of social work and psychotherapy, and, you know, it's the jokes, isn't it? So, come on then, Terry, because you haven't said much. Where are you going to take it from now?
What, the GDM good matrix?
Anything. Yeah.
Well, I mean, for me, not enough people know about it yet. You know, it's still, you know, if you ask how many are there, 40,000 of us, 40,000 people, I reckon. If you said, have you heard of the GDE matrix? I reckon 60% would say no. I'll say 40% would say yes. Do you understand it? Those 40%, I reckon 20% would say yes. Do you, you know, bear it in mind on the lessons? 15% would say yes. Do you understand? Do you understand it properly? 10%. You know, it's there. It's in a company. We all know it comes from the research. 40 years worth of research. So there's definite kudos behind it. It's not just something that someone's plucked out the air and said, let's do this.
It wasn't just England and UK either. It was
Yeah,
Europe.
yeah. And I mean, for instance, the other day, it wasn't the other day, it's probably weeks ago now. Somebody posted on Facebook, and I can't remember the exact words, obviously, because I don't have a memory. But it was along the lines of, this happened on the lesson, is now a good time to teach the GDE matrix.
Yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
people saying, do you teach the GDE? That's
Yeah. We don't teach the GDE, people. It's there as a tool for us.
yeah.
And your students, obviously. So yeah, so that person who's watching or listening to this, it's not something you teach. The GDE is offers you a framework to help the learner understand that the type of person they are, the type of people they have around them, will have an impact on their driving decisions when you are no longer there, sitting next to them, keeping them safe. And it's about the person, or helping the person understand themselves as a person, and giving them tools and systems and techniques and strategies they can use that, this is what Fiona was talking about when I'm in a rush. Yeah, she's right. I'm doing things I wouldn't normally do. I'm now rushing because I'm the type of person who doesn't like being late, and I'm really embarrassed about being late. So now I'm driving like a weirdo because I'm embarrassed, and it's me as my personality. Damn, I should have planned my trip better. And stuff like that.
It's so many things that make up a person. So many things, isn't it? It's because it's so much bigger than the initial thing that it presents.
Mm. And it should be done from day one, you know. It's conversations you have from day one.
It is.
First time you meet them. It's GDE conversations around the framework. And it does give you so many questions. So the person who's listening, if you are struggling with questions or you don't know which questions to ask when, just have a conversation around GDE. It gives you so many options and questions to ask and routes to go down with your conversations.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you feel like a counsellor, tough shit. All right? This is how we teach people to drive. You're not counselling, by the way.
No, but that was a report of what people say, isn't it? But if you're not at least acknowledging the person as a person, we still need to acknowledge them. If they get in and they're having a really horrible week, month, year of their life,
Yeah. He's had to go send me a message.
Yeah, no, but you put it in the group chat rather than the one-to-one.
Did he?
So I was just
Sorry. Oh dear. Sorry. So yes, it's something we should all every single one of the 40,000 of us should understand and be aware of and use it because we don't, like Ian said earlier. What did you say earlier, Ian? No, I'm not going to ask him because he'll start getting drunk again. He said something like, "You don't teach, you,
Teach the
you,
person rather than the subject.
yeah.
something like that, wasn't it? You teach the person to drive, not
Teach the
or something."
person,
Yeah.
not the subject. Don't teach, And if I may,
Or not subjects or something, wasn't
yeah,
it? Yeah.
if I may, just defend the people who wear this counsel-y stuff, who where it doesn't sit comfortably with these people. At the end of the day, every person we teach has had a different life, so we can't treat them all the same when they get in the car. We've got people who've been driving cars since they were 8 on private ground. We've got people who've been driving cars since they were 8 because they were twocking them. We've got people doing all kinds of things. That means we have to treat them as individuals. And
Yeah.
I think, even, not even, but if you look at it like that and not get into the much more interesting stuff of what drives these people, no pun intended, but their personality, like you say, and all that other stuff where you can have some really fascinating conversations and some massive breakthroughs, you've still got to acknowledge that the people who get in the car are all different and we shouldn't be teaching them the same things in the same orders to the same standards, because their starting point is going to be different.
Absolutely.
There's no excuse not to buy into the GDE. None whatsoever.
No. The GDE for a person is central to how they drive every single minute they drive, including us. Because we're more aware of our motives and our things, but that's because of the role we have and because of the type of people we are. But it's not just them that we need to address this for ourselves. I've said it a few times, but how did the average person change during their training to become a driving instructor? Because our motives, our intentions, and our aspirations were suddenly in a different place. So it's had a massive difference on most people. How many people, honestly, hand on heart, can say that they've driven exactly the same way with the same principles before they became a driving instructor and afterwards? Apart from me.
Ask that again.
No,
What's the
because you've
question?
been a driving instructor for so long, you don't remember what it was like
I've been a driving instructor for so long, I don't remember what it was like.
before you became a driving instructor. Did you drive the same way? I mean, I can think of a certain good colleague friend of mine called Steve who definitely didn't drive the same way before he became a driving instructor as to
Yeah.
afterwards. What? Stop
No,
sending
yeah, no,
that to Mr. Stewart.
I'm not.
Now do you know what I mean though? No.
Well, did we drive the same way we did 20, 30 years ago? 30 years ago. Can't even.
Or, well, go on, right? Go on, go on, go on. You already said something in my head. But I'll let you finish. You might be the same
Okay.
thing.
I was going to say I can't don't even know if I was driving 30 years ago, but I wouldn't be driving with anywhere near the habits, the skills, the whatever, the intention I've got when I'm driving now.
But is that because your personality has changed? Because you've matured?
No. Hello, my name's Ian Lavelle, and it's lovely to meet you. I might be able to answer that the next time we meet, because I'm meeting up with a lot of people who knew me from 30 years ago.
Yeah, you can ask.
I think I think a lot of the people are going to be surprised by the Ian that turns up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, you can jump out of them.
Absolutely.
It's going to be the one in the cake.
Oh, it'll be a bit more gravitas than that. Well, yeah, I'll come out as first. That'll be gravitas enough.
Terry, you were going to say something as well, because I've just got visions of.
No, Ian just made me think.
Ian
just made me think. The other day I was driving and something happened, and I didn't react, and I thought maybe I'm getting old. I wouldn't have let that go 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Yeah, I'm driving.
What do you mean?
Yeah, 30 years ago.
What would you have done then?
Well, 30 years ago, I may have reacted in the car, like with a horn or a flash or something like that. 10 years ago, I may have sworn my head off in the car. But I went, So,
And
But what about if the kids were poorly and there were problems at home and there was other stuff going on?
Yeah, I might have acted differently.
Because, for me, there's times, most of the time I'm like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. And then occasionally I do find it harder to go.
It's the power of the straw, isn't it?
The power of the stroll.
Straw. The one that breaks the horse's back.
I thought it was a camel, but.
Well, camel.
Yeah, but Ian's from the north. He hasn't got any camels up. He hasn't got camels up there.
Cigarette packets. Right, I have a thing. I want our viewer, and I want it kind of links, Terry, with what you're saying. I have a thing. I would like everybody to scale or rate their driving out of 10. 10 being brilliant. This is compared to, everyone else out there. Out of 10. 10 being really brilliant driver. 0 being, I don't even know. I don't think I should be allowed to drive anymore. Right. Where would you rate yourself as a driver? Have you got a number in your head, peeps? How many of people have written 7, 8, or 9, or got in their head 7, 8, or 9? But we can't all be that, and we can't all be that all of the time.
Well, we can, because it's our opinion of ourselves, isn't it? And the effort we put in to maintain that number.
It's a bias, though, which is what I'm getting at. It's a human bias. Because I can ask that question on.
But if we're aware it's a bias, are we not taking measures to reduce the bias?
Just to be conscious of it. But these are the things that we need to do when we're helping people be aware of their biases, be aware of their strengths, be aware of their weaknesses, their risk increasing factors. Because, we know, I've heard it loads of times. How do you get your drivers to do so-and-so? And there's this loads of things that people tell. Does it work? Does it work? How do you deal with risk increasing?
Most people get told, didn't they?
Does it work?
What do you think, man? I think everybody here knows that it does not.
It doesn't.
Well, I think there comes a point where we have to jump in, otherwise we'll never deal with risk properly after that. It'll have gone too far. And we might not walk away from it. And I think that's the tightrope we walk. When does learning become too late?
Well, and we can't get away from the fact that we're still sitting there. We are constantly a behavioral control. We can't get away from that. That doesn't mean we can't address those things and plan.
No, I'm not arguing that. I think we do. I'm lost for words as to what I mean.
It's all right. Terry will help.
I'm lost for words every time I open my mouth, so
I think it's, if we go back to what this was about, which is the GDE, those who know, understand and recognize the importance of the GDE are going to be far more effective in getting positives out of those kind of risks than those who don't buy into the GDE. If that makes sense. Makes sense to me, yeah? Might not have made sense when I came out of here.
Yeah. Well, the only thing we can do is ask someone to address things. We are, like you said, both of you are bringing up uncomfortable truths that we've all done things and we've walked away from it. But is anyone else a bit surprised? The things that we used to get up to, and we can't just ignore it. Does culture and upbringing make a difference then? That's just a question that I've looked at because I wrote it down.
hell yeah.
And again, we need to address that. We need to understand that. Any examples, Terry?
What, culture and upbringing?
Yeah, and how it makes a difference.
Yeah, if you spend your life watching dad shout at other road users, what are you going to do when you've passed?
Yeah.
That's the obvious one.
Yeah. And we start teaching our kids to drive with our attitudes, behaviours and so norms at about 2. So anyone.
How many? Sorry,
but there's
no,
go on.
Carry on.
There's so many people who think that people learn to drive from 17, 16. Nothing like that. You can't suddenly say to someone who you've been sitting in a car with for the best part of their life that they can't gesture, use those kind of words, mouth off and speed a bit when it's convenient. Can't just say to them, well, you can't do it. It's uncomfortable truth, that one.
How many learners of anyone watching, how many times has a learner said to you, well, they don't like being stopped by learners, do they? How do you know? Because my dad doesn't, or my mum doesn't. How many times have that we heard that being told to us?
Everybody hates learners. And these are those things.
I don't.
And you also need to go. Have you seen it's 44 minutes?
Yeah. Just one little thing. It's nice when we can say it's all right to not do what the driver who's influencing you does. It's a choice you can make. That's
it. The first thing we need to do is get people to choose for themselves and be aware of those things. And that's where progress can be made. I'm not talking about, we can't make the solutions. You can't tell someone.
No.
All we can do is initiate the conversations, which is what we always talk about. Those conversations about, well, what will put your risk up? We can only do those kind of things.
I think it's a little bit stronger than that. We can tell them it's all right to be different,
Yeah.
not to follow the model you've got that you've seen for the last 15 years. There are different ways to do it. And if there's, I don't know how many billion people in the world, there's that many variations. Everybody's different. Celebrate your difference.
Absolutely. So the things that we're kind of talking about, and I will do a tiny little plug for my Beyond the Test course, because in just investigating this, I just realized how many activities and sessions of what I'm doing is because that's what the course is about, Beyond the Test, and those kind of things, and how can we address it. So you need to mix in Terry's wonderful workshops, because his really sort out this is why we are doing the things that we do. This is why we do slightly different approaches to training than the regular standards check part 3 part. This is why we're doing the type of things that we're doing. And Ian just hasn't pulled his finger out and got the workshops up and running for normal people. He does it with his people. But this is why we do the things that we do, because we believe that we can all, as an industry, really, we can take a step up and we can make it better. And if we do one thing for one person and help them stay safer on the road, then it's all worth it. All of this free stuff is worth it. Right. Ian needs to go and polish his head.
I'm not going to comment. I'm not going to comment. I am not going to comment. I really want to comment, but I'm not going to comment. I'm going to say goodbye now, and we're going to end this. Just keep the adult rating, not get kicked off YouTube. But I'm about to go.
Terry, you're going to polish yours with him.
Thankfully, we're not in the same county.
Thank you, viewer. The next one, Monday, the 29th of September. Why don't you take stock? Why don't you take stock? Ready?
Well, soup should be terrible without it.